I don't really believe in God anymore. I don't believe in religion anymore. I don't believe in Christianity anymore. That version of Christianity, that version of God that has been used to tell me that I'm going to go to hell, to condemn people like me, I don't care for that. Maybe you don't need to look. Coming out as a gay Igbo man did not just change my life, but it did show me exactly who was never in it. It takes a lot of power, strength, courage, wisdom, dedication, knowing who you are, willpower for you to be able to live your life unapologetically as a gay Igbo man who is from Nigeria, who is from Africa. One of my biggest wins in my life is my peace of mind. What are the things I have learned as a gay person? Love was conditional. Love is conditional. Everyone I thought loved me had conditions. Everybody had conditions. Aside from maybe 2 people, even with that, they still showed their concerns. They said things that I had to explain to them. I was at a therapy session. I was speaking to this therapist. She didn't tell me this. And I was talking to her. I was explaining certain things. All of a sudden, I just was like, oh my goodness. None of these people loved me. None of them. It is important for you as a gay person to practice self-love, self-validation, self-acceptance, self-permission, and try as much as possible to know that you've got yourself. Because of this whole situation and how I have navigated this life the way it is for me, I will never not feel like I'm alone. I'm not saying lonely, but I will never ever not feel like I'm alone. I don't know how to explain this to make sense to anybody, but you may understand this. I have developed mechanisms how I live my life, and this really helped me to be okay with people who I thought was going to love me, not love me. There are some examples of people I have known that are not my family, that I've known since I was in primary school. Some of them I met when I was at secondary school, some of them at university, and I thought they were going to be in my life forever. Even when they speak to me, it is weird. I don't get invited to things. Some of them will visit the city where I live. They won't tell me. I remember someone coming to Manchester that I know, and they never mentioned this to me. I'm supposed to be close to them. They never mentioned it to me. They came, did whatever they wanted to do. I saw every of these things when it was shared to other people I knew. There is somebody that whenever they need anything, they want something to be written, wants forms to be filled, like directions, they stopped communicating to me. Somebody I was friends with for years stopped speaking to me and even said that they were going to kill their son. They said they were going to kill their son if they find out that their son is gay. And I don't speak to them anymore. Don't feel sorry for me. I am good. But things like this are extremely important to share because visibility, representation, and truth is powerful. My heart goes out to any young gay person, any young queer person, young LGBTQIA plus individual who are in situations where life is tough for them. I have gone through situations where I have grieved a lot of this. I wish a lot of these people well. I have to live my life. I am not going to perform. There are a lot of gay people. I'm going to talk about gay men, especially here because I'm a gay man myself. There are a lot of gay men who perform to be straight. Even when they sleep with men, they don't want to be identified as gay. Even when they claim that they are okay with their sexual orientation, there are certain things they will do. They don't want you to act it, to speak it. You can be gay, but why do you have to tell people? Why do you have to do certain things? Some of them actually wear things I call uniforms. They dress a certain way for society to perceive them as straight men. And this is why you have a lot of closeted men, DL men, who are extremely homophobic because they suffer from internalized homophobia. The version of me today that keeps fighting even with people that are supposed to love me. I'd rather have this version of me than be a version of me that you don't really know. Nobody who is supposed to love me has ever said, how are you mentally? Are you okay? How is life? The one person that asked me this, and I've known this person all my life, literally, that was the only person that said, I really, really wanted to know how you are. How are you mentally? Because I was really, really worried. And I said I was fine. People are going to advise you based on their limitations, their religious beliefs, jealousy, lack of ambition, lack of honesty, and so many other things. That is the reason why the people who have advised me as a gay person, some of them are actually gay men, they advise me from a place of internalized homophobia, from a place of not being comfortable with who they are. They don't advise me from a place of what is good for me, what they think I should do. And some of them have said to me, oh, you are crazy for doing this. What is the point of this? Do you even make money from making all of these things? My advice to a lot of gay men, a lot of queer people, especially queer people of African descent, never, ever waste your energy trying to explain to people about your life, the reason why you are living your life, who will never, ever in a million years understand you, understand where you're coming from, who will never, ever be in your shoes. A lot of people, it is easy for them, depending on what part of the world you grew up in or where you came from, that you can just navigate your life and live your life and not have a problem. I remember going to a dinner. This has happened so many times. My man has a very, very sportive family. And one time we were together, his auntie, uncle, cousins, and everybody, and it was just wonderful. And they were talking, and I was just there looking at it, looking at myself, looking how I don't have anything like this, how I haven't really been supported, how I will never have something like this. In that moment, I understood that it is okay, and that is fine. That was when I understood this is how it's going to be for me. I am happy for him that he has something like this. People are going to advise you because of their religious beliefs, cultural conditioning. It is important for you to be able to recognize when someone is advising you based on all of these things. Every advice people give to you, look at what they are saying. Pick the one that is important to you, the one you think will work for you, and move along. This is a lesson I had to learn the hard way. Life is not kind to people like me, and it has continued not to be kind, even with some gay people. I know when to take advice from people and when not to take advice from people. One thing therapy taught me is how to care, how to respect, and when not to give an F when it is required. If you happen to be in that situation where people cut you off their life and maybe you do the same, it will be painful, but allow yourself to go through that because you will come out on the other side lighter, stronger, with a lot of clarity and extreme peace of mind. Some religious people are the most extremely dangerous people you will ever meet. That is my personal experience. I don't really believe in God anymore. I don't believe in religion anymore. I don't believe in Christianity anymore. That version of Christianity, that version of God that has been used to tell me that I'm going to go to hell, to condemn people like me, I don't care for that. I am not going to be in community with people that are constantly saying that people that are in same gender loving relationships are going to go to hell, that you should be killed, that you should be attacked, that you should be punished, that your life is miserable, that there's nothing good about you. I do not want to be there. I am not going to do that to myself, to my mental well-being, to my emotional well-being. A lot of these types of religious people are extremely dangerous for LGBTQIA+ individuals. If you are someone that is part of the LGBTQIA+ community and you decide to go to a church, maybe find certain types of churches that are queer friendly, that are LGBTQIA plus friendly, that are saying welcome all, come one, come all. Maybe you should find somewhere like that. For me, it is a no-no. I rather talk to my ancestors, believe in my culture, in my spirituality, because it says being who I am is not wrong. What is so freaking horrible is that a lot of these people tend to claim that they are morally better than everybody. How are you morally better than everybody, but you are weaponizing your religious beliefs towards LGBTQIA plus individuals? You are calling us sinners. You are being mean. You are using your belief systems as a blanket to be wicked, to be horrible, and you call us sinners. Between you and I, who is claiming to be this religious person that is closer to God, who is the sinner? Because from what I know and from my personal experiences, you are the one who is the wicked and sinful person. We LGBTQIA plus individuals are not. I did not choose to be a gay man. I did not choose to be who I am. I did not choose to have same gender attraction. I never chose this. I never did. I came out of my mother's womb like this. So there is no amount of insults that is going to change me. And for some of you who are gay, who are LGBTQIA plus individuals, who still believe that you are a sinner, you are not a sinner. Hellfire does not exist. Heaven does not exist. There is nothing wrong with you. Biological family will never be the same again. It will never be the same again for me. I have two brothers who don't speak to me. One of them, maybe one day he will. And this one that I'm saying that maybe one day he will, I think about all the time. I wish him well. I want the best for him and his family. I want him healthy. I want him to be successful, for things to work for him. But I don't have a home anymore in that respect, because that home is where your heart is supposed to be, where love is supposed to be, where happiness is supposed to be, where comfort is supposed to be, and it's no longer there. One thing you should know is that if you're coming out as a gay person, some family members will surprise you with their love, and some of them will be extremely wicked towards you. In my case, my sisters surprised me. They still love me, they still care, they still speak to me, they still support me, but the other family members didn't. There has been so many things I did in my life that I regret, in the sense that I moved to Manchester, and coming from a family where everyone is older than me, I was trying as much as possible for my brothers not to know that I'm gay, for anyone not to know that I'm gay. And I lived this life for years where I was trying to get this validation, this acceptance, and I was scared of the rejection. And now that I'm out, I regret ever doing every of those things. Not living my life the way I should have lived my life, thinking that if I live this way, that I'm going to be loved no matter what. My advice to you, if you're watching this, do not live your life for anybody. Be it your mother, your father, your uncle. Do not do that, because all it's going to bring to your life is pain, misery, disappointments, regrets, anger, and you struggling just for nothing. Never ever do that to yourself. For me, in my life, the way my life is today, family, biological, will never be the same for me. I have grieved that, and I'm okay. If my brother decides to speak to me tomorrow, fine. If he doesn't, fine. Do I still think of him? Absolutely, because he's the best brother I had. But that's one of those things. You are going to get some family members who hate your guts for being a homosexual, for being a queer person, for being LGBTQIA+, but they will want your financial assistance. They will want your help. They will want your support. But you are evil. You will have relatives of yours who do not want you around their children, who do not want you speaking to their children. They will mention things like this to you. It is horrible to experience this. It is not easy, but one thing is going to make you stronger, make you powerful, make you determined. As they say, what won't kill you will make you stronger. Some gay people will be your biggest oppressor. I said it. I said it. It is from my personal experience. This one is actually extremely painful sometimes, because some of these gay people are actually not only closeted gay men or DL gay men. Some of these gay men are gay men who go to like gay clubs sometimes as well, but they still struggle with internalized homophobia. They have been the ones that have been mean to me, said crazy things to me, said to me, why are you talking that you're gay? And then you have the ones that are closeted, that are DL, that are suffering from internalized homophobia, who will say the most vile things to you, who will tell me, oh, I'm going to unalive you. The reason why this happens is that a lot of these men are not able to live their life freely like you are living your life. And what does that do? It makes them extremely, extremely, extremely angry, jealous, and things like this. And it is so crazy. Things that have been said to me. I posted a TikTok video not long ago, and it's on YouTube Shorts as well. And the person that advised me, one of these people are gay men who are married to women who still chase men around, told me to get married to a woman, get a house, leave them in Nigeria, and just go and sleep with men. And I said to one of these individuals, would you be okay for me to marry your daughter and do the same thing to them? He said no, because you know that is bad. I blame some of these men. At the same time, I don't blame them. I was lying about who I was dating. I would say Kimberly, I would say Chioma. I was giving different kinds of names to my siblings and my family. But some of them don't want to do this because they want to conform, because they want to perform straightness, because straight is a performance. Heterosexuality means you are attracted to the opposite sex. Homosexuality, you are attracted to the same sex. But some of you are performing, and they are performing to be straight men. If you chose to conform, why are you so triggered by someone like me who is trying to live their life? Why? Their hatred of my visibility sometimes reminds me that me living in my truth is really, really triggering for them. I am extremely comfortable with my sexuality. I am extremely comfortable with you calling me gay. I am extremely comfortable with someone referencing me as a gay Igbo man. It doesn't change who I am. It doesn't make me less of a man. Being a homosexual, being attracted to a man doesn't make you less of a man. My circle of friends got smaller and stronger. There's a friend of mine, my man has met him and his wife. He was one of the first people that I actually really told, like had a conversation with. When I mean like had a proper conversation with about my sexuality. I will never forget what he said to me. He said to me, Charles, listen to me. I may not be related to you by blood. We may not be family in that way, but I am your family. I am here with you today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, till whenever. I am here for you. You are a family to me. I care for you. I love you. I respect you. You being attracted to men doesn't have anything to do with me or who I am. I may not understand every of it. I'm going to learn along the way. I'm going to support you, and I will be here. And he has always been here. Yeah, I'd rather have friends like this than have thousands and thousands and thousands of friends who don't really care. Coming out as a gay Igbo man is like a filter for me. As if I use a filter to filter out all the people who were never ever supposed to be in my life. It showed me who loved me and who did not love me. It made me realize who was the good person and who wasn't. It made me realize who supported me and who didn't. It made me realize who actually is supposed to be in my life. And this is something I'm thankful for, because majority of people that are in my life right now are supposed to be there. If you are not going to be able to take all of me, you are never supposed to be in my life at all. And I am going through it up until today still. There are some people that I go back and forth with, who I have known for over 16 years, who will say things to me that are horrible. And sometimes I will just be like, did these people ever really cared? Did you ever really cared? Because what is this? This is what I have to deal with every day. And that's fine. And sometimes when I say that's fine, my man will be like, don't say that because it's not okay. But what am I going to do? What am I supposed to do? I am going to live my life, right? And I'm living my life. I don't know how else to live this life. And I'm doing that to the best of my ability. I wasn't given any toolbox, any instructions how I should be who I am, but I'm doing my best. I want to be able to live on this earth and on the last of my days, even if I don't get to be successful financially, to know that I tried. You will find out who you really are. I found out who I really am as a person coming out as a gay Igbo man. I did. I know what I like, what I don't like, what I should take from people, the people I want in my life, the bullshit I don't want, and things that are not acceptable. Because I stopped making myself small. I stopped saying yes and yes. If you come out as a gay person and people know who you are, people are not going to use anything to hold over your head. I am comfortable with who I am. So what is it? What coming out does is that it strips away every performance you had in your life. I went through a phase where I stopped the way I used to dress and started dressing a particular way for people to think that I'm a straight man. I performed the hell out of myself. I don't perform anymore. I do not perform anymore. This is me. What you see is what you get. The first time I started living my life the way I am living my life right now, it was terrifying, but then at the same time, at that particular time, it was fulfilling as F. It is so satisfying and fulfilling for me today, and I will not do it any different. You are going to be the best version of you. You are going to be the best of yourself. Your peace of mind will be wonderful. I am the most authentic version of myself, and I'm happy with that. Silence from the people you expected to speak for you hurts as much as the hate you get. Some people will not say anything hateful, but they will be quiet. You will notice that certain things happen, you're not invited to it. You are not told about it. I mentioned something similar at the beginning of the video. You will see events or things that are happening. You're not going to be invited. For instance, I'm going to use social media as an example. Some people will claim that they support you. They will be there and you will be receiving all the hate. And they will just be putting laugh emojis and then say, oh, so it was funny. It's funny because I'm not a human being. I don't have blood running through my veins. I don't have emotions. And some people perform their allyship as well. They will pretend in the front of you and then speak crap behind your back. And wait till you have a disagreement with them. That's when you will know how homophobic they are. All their homophobia will come out. They will never ever defend you. They will never ever check up on you. They will never ask you how you are. This is why I said that I have learned how to live my life as if I'm alone. And I can see this happening to a lot of queer black people of African descent, queer people from Africa. Community and chosen family will save you. Finding the right community has really been helpful. I have my community. I have the right people who champion me, who fight on my behalf, and I do the same for them. I will always have a chosen family and community. This is really important for every LGBTQIA plus individual. Absolutely. A smaller circle of people is better than you having a large group of people who don't care for you. My community is small. My chosen family is small, but it is powerful. It supports me. It guides me. It helps me in everything I do. If you are an LGBTQIA plus individual, please create your community, your chosen family. Do that for yourself because you will need them. Coming out is not a one-time event. You are going to come out to people literally like almost every day. I still come out to some of my family members up until today. There's always a situation where you come out to people. You will come out over and over and over and over again. Every new job, every new friendship, every new space, every new person that you meet sometimes. Something will come up where, oh, where's your wife? Where is this? And you come out to them. It is a never-ending event. for a queer person. It always will require how much about yourself you want to share. So if you don't feel like sharing, fine. Because sometimes you may go into spaces and you'll be like, I don't want to share, I want to share. But you will always have to do this. I don't walk on the street and see anybody and say, oh, I'm gay. I'm a gay Igbo man. No. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to say that I'm not gay. If you don't ask me, if it doesn't happen during our conversations, I will never mention it. But if you ask me, oh, how is your wife? I'm gay. I'm a homosexual. I am going to end this by saying, live your life. Coming out is not for everybody. You don't have to come out. You don't have to be visible on the internet and tell everyone that you're gay. But you can be visible internally. You can come out to yourself. You can make peace with who you are. You should stop hating yourself for being the way you are. You can stop the internalized homophobia. You don't have to be a gay man who hates himself for being gay and then go and attack other gay people. If it requires that you need therapy, try that. I know it is not cheap, but you can speak to someone elderly who is wiser or who have the tools to help you. Just live your life in the best way possible. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to listen to Igbo Queer and Unfiltered podcast. Thank you for joining the movement for visibility and representation. Subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful time.